All right. So, is the hand of MKBHD killing companies single handedly? Obviously, the answer is no. I don't think anybody actually thinks that MKBHD is killing companies, but we're going to take a look at some of the backstory behind this drama that's really blowing up on Twitter and take a look at why some of this is happening and what the future of this problem will look like. So, you might have seen this video right here, Do Bad Reviews Kill Companies by MKBHD. This has kind of been blowing up this little issue that's been arising where he makes a bad review about a bad product and then the company has bad backlash because of it. So this all started with his Fisker Ocean review back in February 17th of 2024. He left a pretty rough review of the Fisker Ocean car, but most people believe that it was rightfully due because the car was bad. It was a bad review of a bad product. If you look at every other Fisker Ocean review on YouTube, they're all pretty bad. Not many people are praising this product. I think MKBHD Marquez gets the most hate or the most eyes on his channel. And because of that, he's put at the forefront of this issue where people are saying that reviews kill companies, reviews kill potential and startup culture and things like that. So the big issue around Fisker was that he made this video on about February 17th, right in this area. So the stock was at about 68, maybe 71, 72 cents. And since then has dropped off a cliff down to half of a penny. Or no, sorry, that's 5 cents. It has since gone from 72 cents to 5 cents. So people are saying that he killed Fisker. This is all his problem, but that's not the case at all. I mean, if we look at a 6 month, a year to date, if we look at a 2 year, it's pretty clear what's been happening. So ever since about October, they've really just been falling, plummeting even. And people are saying that this review he published literally killed the company. So for any of you who don't know, now that Fisker is at only 5 cents and was at 70 cents, if your stock goes below $1, it gets delisted and you are no longer a public company. That means that everybody who holds stock will be holding the stock privately, and it makes it a lot harder to transfer the shares around. So that all happened with Fisker over the last 2 months. And then there was recently another review, and this one has been the more polarizing review that we have really been seeing people dealing with on YouTube. And that is, of course, with the Humane AI pin. So Humane is a company that has been working for about, I believe, 5 years. And you'll see how much funding they've received at the end of this video. But basically, 2 days ago, he left a pretty bad review for a pretty bad product, which is a very common theme among all of this. It's not like he's leaving bad reviews for good products because that's not his job. He's being very truthful and honest about the experience he has with these products. And because of that, the review ends up bad because the product's bad. All right, so a lot of this drama, though, is not based around the honesty of the review. Even people internally at Humane, such as Sam Schaefer, who's in charge of media, has said that they really appreciate the critique and that it means a lot to them that he is providing them feedback. Feedback's a good thing. But a lot of it comes down to this thumbnail and specifically title. So one thing you'll notice, if I bring it back up real quick, the Fisker title, this is the worst car I've ever reviewed. The Humane title, the worst product I've ever reviewed for now. All right, so in the span of 2 months, he's seen the 2 worst products he's ever seen. One of them in general. This is the Humane AI pin is what he's saying is the worst product ever he's ever reviewed, he's ever even looked at. And then this is the worst car he's ever looked at. Both of these might be true. The Humane AI pin is trash. But simply stating out the facts, he is using very intense language on these titles and thumbnails. So this all kind of blew up when this guy, Daniel Vassallo, that nobody's really heard of, says that he finds it distasteful and almost unethical to say this with 18 million subscribers. So simply because a lot of people watch and trust Marquez's reviews, that means that he should not be saying or using the phrasing he is using for his title and thumbnail. Hard to explain why, but with great reach comes great responsibility. Potentially killing someone else's nascent project reeks of carelessness. Nascent meaning showing lots of potential, and really the future outlook is more important than where they're at right now. And then last but not least, we do want to take a look at how much funding Humane AI has been given, because I think that's a a funny little important note to make, and it is $230 to $240 million. About $250 million has been spent on the development of this product, and it sucks. Nobody's going to want to use it. This is not the first smartphone. This is not the first PC. This is not a product that many people are seeing the potential of. No, I mean, there is significant long-term potential with Humane, but right now the product sucks. So a lot of people have been comparing Humane and this issue they're facing to Apple towards their beginning and what it was like to build a Macintosh and how eventually that led to the greatness of the iPhone. But what I think is the most important takeaway from all of this, what the most important note for this is that I think it's very clear that after watching Marques for a long time, you realize if he had been around making videos and making content when the original Macintosh came out, when the original iPhone came out, he would be leaving the exact same truthful, raw reviews that he leaves today. And I think that's the most important part. The reviewing landscape for technology has changed significantly over the last couple decades. It went from, big companies like what the examples of being like TechCrunch today, these technology companies leaving reviews of products, which is really hard to say whether or not they're swayed by the product on the back end, if the writer wants to be in cahoots with the CEO. And there's lots of issues with that where reviewers want to be on good terms and good pages with the people that they're reviewing the products of. And that is really what this comes down to, is whether the balance of truthfulness versus the livelihood of the startup companies and the people creating them. My perspective, show your truth. I think that this business should fail if it took them $250 million to release such a trash first generation product. If they are able to make enough sales and keep the funding going because of the potential and the outlook of what this product could be, for example, things like OpenAI. At the beginning, they were just dumping money, but people really saw what the potential was long term. I think there is a lot of potential with this product. A little side note that I just haven't heard many people say, the Humane AI pin is basically the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, but worse and in a worse form factor. So, I think that there's already a future for products like this, and I think that there's already ideas on what people want this to be, but I don't think Humane is it. And I think that every review that has been left, and even the title, is well due. This was, from what we saw, one of the worst physical hardware products to be released and reviewed in quite some time, and it deserves the heat it's getting, and Marques should keep being as truthful as he is on his tech reviews. So yeah. All in all, go Meta. You guys know I'm a big supporter of the Quest 2, Quest 3, and the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. So all in all, let the best product win.